Back on the program, final 30 minutes, and we continue what we have really enjoyed going to campuses and talking to our friends at the student publications. And our final visit of the afternoon, Mason Choate from Arkansas. And Mason, thanks so much for being here, and it's great to see you. And I'm sure it's great to be back into. I hope. I know it is now, and hope it will continue to be a sense of normalcy on that campus.
Yeah, Paul, thanks for having me. First of all, very happy to be here, and yes, it's great to be back on campus. I will say it's hot here in Fayetteville. I forgot how steep the hill was to walk up, but it's nice to be back in class and see friends and see athletes on campus. You see the football players, the basketball players. It's a great time to be a Razorback. A lot of great athletic programs on campus.
Well, let's talk about that one that's about to kick off in a week and change. Sam Pittman has been one of our favorite guests here. We've got to meet him finally in Hoover at SEC Media Days. So what is the feeling, the level of excitement for his program?
I think there's a lot of excitement around this program. There's an expectation that you're not going to win double-digit games here in Fayetteville this year. But Sam Pittman is a very likable head coach. The coaches love him, the players love him, and the students love him. He's definitely a fan favorite. There's a lot of super seniors on this team because they wanted to come back and play for Sam Pittman. And you can see, he's already got 17 commits for next year's class, and that's a big deal. That shows that people like him. Some of those players haven't even been on campus yet. So he's a very likable coach and a lot of excitement around this program.
And I don't want to take anything away from the opener against Rice. I mean, it's just – but you know where I'm going here.
Yeah.
The game the next week on the 11th is you tell me, but it just seems like from a distance it's going to be one of the most anticipated games in Fayetteville in many, many years. Coaches aren't allowed to look ahead, but sports writers can. Tell us about that.
Sports writers can. Yeah, sports writers can. It's going to be a big game. A lot of people are looking ahead to that Texas game. It's a very, very big rivalry. It's a rivalry that we haven't seen in a long time. Me personally, I don't know it like some of the older fans do, but I know it's a big deal. And a lot of people are excited. It'll be the first time probably that Donald W. Reynolds Razorback Stadium is packed full in a long time. Definitely the first time since they renovated it. So they might break the record for attendance during that game, and there's some students saying they might storm the field if Arkansas wins it.
Wow, that would be quite a scene. So let's talk a little bit more about that, because I mean we're so used to packed stadiums in the SEC, and the idea that it's however long it's been. I think it's indicative of just truly how dreadful this program has been for a long time.
Yeah. I don't know if I want to mention the previous regime that was here, but it was rough, and people are happy that things are the way they are. And, Sam Pittman said last year that he was probably the most loved 3-7 coach that there's ever been. So a lot of people are happy that we're winning. I remember a basketball game Sam Pittman was at, walking by the student section, and there were students just yelling at him, 3 wins, coach, please, just 3 wins. And, he delivered. So people are happy with what he's doing, and I think things are just going to get better.
Well, let's talk about the football team, because last year everyone knows, close call, a couple of games that may forever live to be in dispute. But this is a new year. What's the strength of this team?
This is a team that returns a lot of players. Your entire offensive line is back. You return the 2 leading tacklers in Bumper Poole and Grant Morgan in the SEC. Jalen Catalon and Traylon Burks are both first-round talent players. You got a first-year starter in KJ Jefferson at quarterback, who I think is a really talented player. His teammates have bought into him. They love his leadership. And, one of the biggest things is you return Kendall Briles and Barry Odom. Barry Odom had offers from other teams. Sam Pittman said he took a significant pay cut to stay with Arkansas. And so that'll be a big deal to get that defense a little bit better this year, because I think the offense they're going to be good this year.
Talking to Mason Choate about the Razorbacks. So we had a graphic on the screen a minute ago that projections, whatever they may mean, is 6 games. That Is that about where you and your colleagues are? What do you think?
There's some seasons of Arkansas football projections that you kind of start in June with they're gonna go 4-8, and we're kind of about to the 8-4, 9-3 season, I would say, as far as the fan base goes. But for me, I can definitely.
By the way,
I
hate to interrupt. How much do you have to drink to get to 9 wins in a projection?
It's not hard if you're an Arkansas fan. It's not hard because you like to get your hopes up, and you're so used to just having your hopes killed at the end of the year. So it's a big winding road of disappointment. But I think that 5 or 6 games is definitely realistic. I think that they can win at least 3 of the 4 non-conference games. I think Texas is winnable, and then 3 more SEC games, whether that be Missouri, Ole Miss, Mississippi State. I think those are all winnable games for Arkansas. So I can definitely see them going 5-7 or 6-6 this year, Paul.
Yeah, that is I don't know if anybody has a more difficult stretch in November at LSU, at Alabama. I mean, that is just insane. Mason, before you go, we're getting to know a lot of the young student leaders on campuses around the SEC. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so I actually recently got married. I'm very happy about that. And a lot of people are shocked when I tell them that, but I'm a huge Razorback fan. I'm a big Kansas City Chiefs fan, and I'm just happy to be here. I take my job very seriously, and I'm so thankful that you had me on the program, Paul.
You're forcing me to ask you about this. When was the wedding?
The wedding was August 7th. Hot Springs, Arkansas. Had a great time.
So a newlywed, I like that. So is your wife a student, or does she do something else?
She's a student. We're both going to school. I'm a year ahead of her, but we're very happy where we're at, and I'm excited to see where the future takes us. She gets a little frustrated when I talk Arkansas football a little too much, but she'll have to get used to it.
Well, she better get used to it. Mason, before you go, where are you in school, and what would you ultimately like to do?
I'm a junior here at the University of Arkansas, broadcast journalism major. And the goal is play-by-play in the NFL. That's my goal. I want to do radio in the NFL. We'll see if I can make it there, but I will say you're definitely someone I look up to, Paul, and I appreciate your influence.
Well, thank you very much. All the best to you and your wife, and we certainly hope to meet you soon. Thank you so much, Mason. You've been great.
Thank you so much, Paul.
Wow. Mason Choate. Joining us from Fayetteville. We really enjoyed that, and we'll do more of that as we work our way through the rest of the week. We'll take a short break. A few minutes remaining right here.